our brother. Miss, are those ants?
Wow, they look just like deer.
I bet they are. Just like us frost moons.
Yeah, Our Lady Moonchanter, Miss.
I don't fully understand what.
I know. Miss Lauma's horns go up.
Moonchanter? That's a foreign term to me. I think Granny once mentioned an adept. Oh, no, wait. Granny told me not.
But your horn.
Miss, can you talk to...
Oh, hey, my savior's here. Hey, traveler, over here. Let's skip that first. I need you to save me right now. If these kids keep asking me questions...
Ina, Kari, it's good to be welcoming to our...
Miss Lama! Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, it's just...
All right. Come, Ina, Kari. You two should go home. I saw your parents on the way here. They must be worried sick.
They're searching! We're dead meat! Daddy's going to scold me! Bye!
Thanks for your help, Lauma. I don't know how I would have wriggled out of this otherwise. I should have stayed in the library to...
No need to blame yourself, Yanfei. The children... It's fortunate that the finch...
It's all right. I should have known...
That we are. Yanfei came to visit us Frost Moon Scions 2 days ago.
Lauma's been a big help. I've gleaned...
You're too kind, Yanfei. Although, I do not understand these
The borders of law are essentially... It's a universal law book that
Is that so? Well...
I promise it'll be interesting. I guess I should head back to the library and continue my transcribing for now. See you both around.
I hope our Adeptus finds what she's looking for. She told me everything on her first visit. I must admit, seeing an Adeptus with horns filled... I listened to her many stories of Liu. In that, she has thus far proved... Is that so? If memory serves. Now. But now that we have... I pray that...
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Your prayers to the moon goddess.
Are you tired? Try my new...
I understand the situation more. Either way, I suppose we were lucky not to...
Yeah.
Since you two can enter, I'll have to request that you kindly pick me.
Oh?
You'll know when the time comes.
Still acting all mysterious. But he seemed pretty confident, so... Hello?
Ah, you're the special.
Yep, that's us.
Well, you're just in time. We're basically done. If there's anything else you'd like to look in... Sadly, no. The motive behind the killing remains a mystery. But considering that Nefer from the Curatorium of Secrets came forward...
We'll do our part too. Phew, we're in. Thanks to Nefer's reputation. But we still know nothing about how Flint's is Something the matter? Huh. That looks like Flint's lantern. But where is he exactly? Well, we've got the lantern. What now? Oh, Paimon almost screamed out loud!
This lantern may have a rather peculiar shape, but so long as it doesn't glow, I calculated that you would have already entered. So I chose a spot visible from the window before using light to send you a signal. As I thought, you're both sharp-eyed and on the ball.
The perks of being veteran adventurers, huh?
Your composure is more impressive still. But let us leave such trivial topics for a more relaxed moment. Our time is limited after all. Just as I thought. Come, try sensing it yourself. Identical powers must flow from the same source. It was the wild hunt, then, that took my form and killed the Sergeant Major.
To sow chaos by depriving the Lightkeepers of one of...
If the wild hunt's true form is powerful enough to stand against the world as you claim, I fear not even he would have no reason what... Let's look again more closely. Well, that makes things simpler. In that case, allow me to disturb the fallen. May the ghost flame guide your spirit. May you rest in peace. When we fought, he seemed like quite a reckless foe. Certain...
Oh, if we can't get any leads, we might have to go back and find Nefer. Oh, the longer we're stuck here, the likelier he is to achieve his goal. Ugh, this is so frustrating! You mean this?
I'm not well versed in machinery, but that means his mechanical arm is malfunctioning, right?
No, that's not right. Paimon remembers this signal. We saw it before while repairing the cannon. It doesn't mean that the components are damaged. It just means that they're due for regular maintenance. So, but the real problem is that... Yeah, he even helped us find the maintenance port. It could still be a coincidence, but considering it hasn't been long at all since we were repairing that cannon...
The Soci you met could have been Rerir in disguise. In other words, he played the Sergeant Major before disguising himself as me.
That's right! If only there were some way to prove it!
You mean Hintsa?
We had a short chat with him once at the tavern, but it's so late.
I know where he lives. The situation is critical, so let us now take up the role of uninvited guests ourselves. Ah, yes. And one more. Remember to pick me up by the window.
Things are going so smoothly today.
Okay, let's take a walk.
Brings a smile to my face. Clouds high, the birds call.
Oh, it's you two. And Flint's. Given the hour, I guess it must...
It is indeed. Our sincerest... We're investigating a certain matter in connection...
So see. Oh, you know what? Forget it. I'm sure it's
Thank you for your understanding.
Got it. 8 days ago, he came to request a round of regular maintenance. But as it happened, his mechanical arm is especially sophisticated, having been designed by As such, they usually take several days to arrive. And I understood, completely. Not being able to use your hand, and eventually, the parts arrived. 3 days ago, if I remember correctly.
You've provided us with some very crucial information, Hintsa. We can't make everything public yet, but once our investigation is complete, I will return to thank you and provide an explanation on behalf of all the light.
No worries. Just glad I could help.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Hope the investigation goes well.
It seems that it is as we guessed. The Sergeant Major Sosi you encountered while repairing the cannon was 8 days ago. He had yet to act. But it's with the immense gap in strength between them. The job was finished in a single blow. Perhaps his mastery of shapeshifting extends only to outward form.
You're saying he thought no one would realize his Still seems like there's a lot of guesswork involved here, but it mostly makes sense.
This also has me stumped for the moment. But how would that help Riri? Assuming he plans to collect the fragments within Wild Hunt anomalies, firing the cannon works against him, since it...
So we solved one mystery, only to dig up another. Whew. This is getting Paimon kinda down. And sleepy too.
Yes, I'd say it is high time we will have to fight Rerir event.
Yeah, we should totally get some sleep first.
A reasonable suggestion. I have no doubt that my colleagues have never failed to live up to...
Well...
That would be good, yes.
Phew, back inside.
I suppose we could all... Had you already sensed the unique power within my lantern at that time? I see. Fortunate then that abyssal energy was only leaking from the fragment in minuscule amounts when we first met. Or I might have been in for a
Yeah, hard to say how that would have played out. We've had a whole bunch of unpleasant run-ins with the Abyss.
You mean to ask why I'm going this far to oppose him? Well, as a light keeper, I'd say I'm
Yeah! You're covered in more mysteries than Paimon could shake a skewer at.
All right. I suppose I do owe you some honesty, whether out of gratitude or the need to build trust. Your deductions have been quite correct. Should one wish to conceal oneself within a lantern, elemental power alone, you know humans well. And naturally, you understand their limits. But some things that humans would consider difficult are quite normal in the eyes of non-humans.
So, you mean you're one of the latter?
Have you heard of how Snezhnaya was once the realm of the Fae? This race is no longer of any importance. But they still exist. As evidenced by the fact that I am standing before you.
We've heard some scattered legends, but that's all Paimon thought there was to it.
I once turned my heart toward humanity, and thus did I experience loss. I once labored and did much, and put an end to my tale with my own hands. When you realize you are floating in the middle of a vast ocean, you cannot help but feel that swimming in any direction would be equally meaningless. Would it not be better, then, to simply sink? But before I could sink to truly lightless depths, chance had it that I should be awakened by a band of Ratniki. They were facing a horde of abyssal monsters, and could not last against such a disparity in strength. Yet none fled. Those who dwell in darkness for long enough become exceedingly sensitive to all light. And the first light I saw upon awakening was that which shone from their eyes.
Is that why you chose to help them?
Perhaps I was moved by their valor. Perhaps I simply saw my past self in them, and was moved to action for the first time in a long, long while. But I was freshly awoken, and my powers were limited. I could not prevent casualties altogether. The survivors and I buried the fallen heroes. That was the origin of the Final Night Cemetery. Well, not exactly. I was just more familiar with them. So joining up seemed the most convenient way to experience human life.
Doesn't sound too...
Well, I believe it. Besides, I'm well past the age when one might believe in things that must be done. Nonetheless, there are still some things Tomorrow I shall go and check our records to see if I can find any connection between the Wild Hunt, Rear, and the camp.
Will you need us to get you where you need to be?
Oh, I'll be fine. I keep a backup copy at my residence in case of emergencies.
Can you even go back there right now?
Thanks for the reminder. I believe they'll have checked my place, but they won't have stayed. All things are ranked according to their priority, and even if someone is waiting, I have ways around that. I am the master of my own house, after all.
All right then, we'll trust you. We sure ended up chatting for a while, huh? I'm super tired now. But, you know, feels like we can breathe easier, now that we know you better.
I didn't take... Anyway, I hope you'll help me keep this a secret. I'd prefer others not to know about my past unless strictly necessary.
Paimon's lips are sealed too.
All right. Thanks again for your help. Good.
Finally, we can rest. Let's go get some sleep. There's tons to do tomorrow. So much noise. What's going on this time?
Hey! Where's Flint's? Is he here, or isn't he?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest? Flint's is a Wild Hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be no end to this!
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You want that—
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the Wild—
What happened? Did something— But we were so careful last night. How did any— What do you mean? This is so confusing! It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain either. Okay!
Hey! Let us in now!
My apologies.
Hold on! Khan did—
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest? Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness, and to escape from all this talk of the Wild Hunt, or strange ghosts and phantoms. Who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking louder than any ghoul?
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now is to confront Flint's face to face. Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either, Nefer.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search, but if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've caused.
Wait! It's—
All right. I suppose that's—
Oh, alright then.
Well, I'd...
Come on, everyone! Move it!
No sign of Flint's.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Done searching, are we? So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah, how did they even find us here?
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the Wild Hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces. Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one, seemingly, was exempt. And amidst it all, Flint's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary...
So, did Flint's make his...
And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the curatorium, gotten while everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall. I, alone, noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing.
Aw, come on, Pause. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have...
Might he intend to come back and get it later?
Well, he's out of harm's way now.
Oh?
What Paimon means to say...
All right, then. Yehoda, contact the others. Let's have this discussion over...
Here's the thing.
These are bounties.
Can't live life
want to
without a
negotiate
little
prices.
speculation.
Time to go.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a Wild Hunt anomaly.
Is he gonna be okay now that he's on his own again?
Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rare now.
In that case, Rare shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing him, right? So, was all that ruckus back at the flagship just an act of spite? Or what?
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of Wild Hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate. Some of these must have been Rare's doing. He must have been seeking more fragments.
This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Soci and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running again?
Maybe 'cause that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself?
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do... Oh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves?
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
In other words, we gotta destroy a couple of anomalies and...
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major. Meanwhile, The wild hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation under control now.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with.
Works for me. And Neffa and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
The curatorium will handle another.
And we Frostmoon Scions shall do...
Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to...
Never mind you. This is a first for me, too.
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
Understood.
Time is of the essence now.
Gotcha! Stay...
Huh. Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flint's dropped by already?
Well, considering what you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right?
Add Astro... Thank you for Add Astro...
Time to go. One with nature. The scenery is wonderful. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Guarding this place just like he's...
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
Ah! There you are! Okay, let's split up and make this happen. Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Difficult, yes. But it is to expose the true intentions of this Rereer. We need to dive into Nodcry's history.
Hope we don't land on our heads then. Ah! Ghost! That file suddenly moved by itself. This is a graveyard, right, Flint? Do these things just gotta happen?
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
But that file really did move by itself! Hey, come out! Don't scare Paimon like that!
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log?
Hey! Another file's moving!
Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Really? Hey! Seriously, another one? Okay then. Phew! Finally! really fit.
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale.
Paimon as well.
Whatever.
Alright. All these incidents look...
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location. And look. All these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. Huh?
Some of these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet. Or we would have met.
And here's another similarity. Kuvaki in nearby soil completely drained. Could this be him?
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain. Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a tide seal stone sealing powers.
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rerir be—
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
What are you referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
Was there a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi?
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those, leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the—
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment It begs the question. That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests. I'll go take a look. Ah, it's an ibis.
It's carrying a letter! Huh.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town and is preparing to fire. It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste. Lauma.
That's gotta be Rerear's doing. But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he already fire it once before?
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met. If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
What should we do? There's no way.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should. One moment. Just let me get this news to Lauma.
Go! Fly!
You're here, as expected.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control. But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
Such faith in your companions. But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon? I think not. When all they see is the wild hunt surging up everywhere they look, the cannon must seem like their only lifeline. This is the truth I have revealed to them. They did this all of their own volition. The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the weak.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow. In their folly, the townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And your kind-hearted, weak companions have not the stomach to deal with them. The cannon will not be stopped now.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out of our misery, I would like to ask you a question, if I may. See this fragment? It once...
That is my corpse. My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished. Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
What are you even saying?
So the terror of the wild hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse.
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting. But each time, the fragments I obtained were, while that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
So that's why it responded
Only by retrieving this most critical piece.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power.
Are you completely crazy?
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form. What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart. All that suffering, I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next it will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who still. I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the birds and beasts. What exactly is going on?
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rarir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of... Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back any minute.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the wild hunt preparing to spawn a wave of monsters, the likes of which we've never seen before. But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis, so they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole mess.
How could they still be thinking about Nora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit after all? A gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Even so...
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them, not like...
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation. This must be stopped in a timely manner.
Well, about that, people have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in.
What? I made that thing! They can't just take it from me! Let me over there! What are they gonna do, stop me?
They might, if Rarir has already formulated some countermeasure. For example, he might have spread a rumor that the wild hunt would take your form.
Possibility high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely we will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. Oh, you're back. And you have a letter? The traveler won't make...
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would he go there?
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then he's prepared for the worst.
and we must ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on out. Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Is that Lady Lauma? But are you really her?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not—
I do, yes. So it really is you, but why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon.
But
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this. Please, have faith in our long-standing friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you. Please help us.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me, and—
All right, I understand.
Seems we—
Huh? You're not coming with—
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power. Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone. That is, if we can.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
You're right, my lady. At times like these, we must rely on ourselves.
We'll grab this and this. Oh, it's ours.
I always knew something was off about you. Won't let you pass. I'm a business
Leave this to
creature,
us,
aren't you?
Lady Moonchanter. Go. Forget it. Just run.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
The monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
The cannon is all yours.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Inefa, give her a crown kake.
Orders received and immediately deferred. Depart.
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs, But in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
Let's go, Anafa. This way up. This is making me dizzier than I expected.
Adjusting route. Make ready.
Out of the way, small fry! What happened to the path?
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on! And get out of there! Whoa, nice!
Preparing barrier breakthrough. Brace for impact.
Knuckle, what are you doing here?
Ultimatum protocols.
Defensive mode engaged.
Eeny, miny, mo.
Annihilation mode.
This isn't good enough, we gotta hurry!
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully.
Alright.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessed.
No! I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that. We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigisata passa sax, iti impotus necritus necrus baptusi, que sondestus zombas pentusi. Osesticos palatin pirantur resurcu, torpirtu aetion veratum.
Well, that's not good.
Sluggish. Torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original
Let me guess. You didn't get a
What's with him?
Pitifully, Rhine-daughter. Flinders.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you.
Matters not. Having a heart, being human, it's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant. You matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me! Fools. Time to die! You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, how laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia!
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency. Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
Columbina! What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score!
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash, but battles just get chaotic.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
Hey, listen here, Columbina! I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again! Come on, Polonia! We're...
Well, anyway, thank you. I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the eternal moon goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also... And then Well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please call me Flint's. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
Still, what do we do now? Riri's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
After you left, I can no longer sense his presence. That means it's safe out there for now, right?
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah, the cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check on them.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry.
It seems my time is running.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few, but the Reihir of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious cuckoo. I am sorry.
Paimon knows what you mean.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have if his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss, I know there's
So my cannon, my pride and joy?
That's right! And it still works on normal—
Flint's, we'll need you to attend to the
My thanks. for that.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been...
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing...
You mean you're being promoted? Was Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Well... There's a certain gentleman I'd like... This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
I've heard that one too. Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals, but we will pursue him to the last, even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Okay.
Either way, the light bearer, with your blood, even as we hurry on, bruised and until it closes. Thank you for...
Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet? What are you doing here?
Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me?
Yeah, but aren't you afraid the Fatui will see you?
Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all.
Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way.
The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the However, is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to?
Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat? Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to.
You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps? I could not gain any insight into it now that he has donned a shape and form. But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania. I cannot say if that fixation, perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation, shall prove key. Well, Sandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for our Was that not what— Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau, and what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say it. I could look into the Eternal Moons, but after our previous attempt, I suspect perhaps someone has— and I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat. I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me. That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
Interesting. You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right! Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but life